Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my NARS collection video because I thought it'd be cool to show you basically what I have from NARS, and in particular the NARS blushes. I'm not going to go through the eyeshadow duos and things like that because I think that would be a super long video. So I have a few NARS blushes here and I'm going to talk about each one specifically to see if you guys are interested in going out and getting one of them, because I do love two of them that I'm going to show you, but I'll show you all of them. I wanted to do swatches of each sort of NARS blush, but unfortunately I think that would take too much of my time because I would be putting them on and then getting a towel and like taking them off, and it would just take ages really. So instead I'm going to ask you at the end of this video which blush you want to see as a swatch, and then I'll put on my blog because it's a lot easier to take a picture of it than just to film every single blush, you know what I'm saying? I have 6 individual ones and then I have a duo. So 6, and then I have this. So I'm pretty crazy about NARS. I love NARS. It's one of my favorite all-time brands if I were to ever say that, and I think that their quality is just amazing. Their quality is absolutely amazing. It never really fails. Some of them are a little bit too pigmented for my liking, but that's just because I didn't see this undertone color. I didn't match it, so it didn't look good on me. But I'm going to start with the NARS Albatross Torrid. And this is a duo, so NARS has a lot of duos. They have multiple duos, they have bronzing duos, they have blush duos, eyeshadow duos. So this is just one of them, and it is Albatross and Torrid. So I actually really like Torrid. Torrid is a really nice salmon pink, as you can see, and it has that like gold reflex underneath it, whereas Albatross is a really golden shimmery highlighter, which is, of course, you can see white, but when you apply it onto your skin, you have more gold than white, which is kind of dangerous because I kind of look really golden, and I don't really want to look like that because I already have a yellow undertone, so putting Albatross on top emphasizes my undertone even more than what's appropriate. So I kind of have stopped using Albatross simply because of that. I think it has way too much golden shimmer in it. Whereas Torrid is a really nice color, salmon color, and it's just probably one of the most like perfect sort of peachy blushes that you can just go out with and have fun. You really don't have to worry about too much about how it's pigmented or anything like that. I think Torrid's a really nice salmon sort of peachy color, especially if you're looking for that shade. Dolce Vita. And Dolce Vita is a very popular color from NARS. It is a deep berry color with sort of like a maroon, tawny, brownish kind of color underneath. And you have to be really careful with this blush because if you put way too much, you will look like a clown. So be really careful and use a light hand. So use either a really nice fluffy brush so that you can buff it out, or you can use something like the 116 and pat it really lightly onto your skin. You kind of just even want to do one pat. And that's probably enough for like your 2 cheeks because this is really pigmented stuff. It's really quite pigmented. And honestly, because of my undertone, I think it doesn't suit me. I think it would suit more cooler undertones. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this because it's not really one of my favorite blushes. Not because the quality is bad, it's just the color that doesn't suit me, and I should have judged that. But the next blush I'm going to talk about is Zen, and Zen is a brownish color. As you can see, it looks a lot like Hoola by Benefit, but it has that sort of pink undertone to it. So when you do apply it, you do see the warm and you do see the brown, but you also see a little bit of pink, which is really nice because it's kind of in the middle between a blush and a bronzer. And what I like to do with this is that I like to layer my blushes. So this is a good layering technique, and layering helps you to sort of boost your complexion because you would put a brighter blush on top of a darker blush, and it's a really nice gradation effect. So what I usually do is I use my regular bronzer, which is Hoola by Benefit, and then I take this and I put a little bit on top of the bronzer, but below the blush where I would put it probably right there, and then I would put a pop of pink, something like Pink Spoon by MAC, and I would just put it on top, and I would blend the two together, and it's really nice sort of layering blush technique that I like to use with this. So if you like to do that, then definitely go for something like this. Of course, you don't have to buy this sort of shade. With the layering technique, you can use a darker color and a lighter color just like your eyeshadow, but it's a really nice mix. Something like the MAC Bright Peach Blush Ombre, that's a really good sort of thing to help you layer. Other than that, I do really like this. When I do use it, I don't really grab for it often because I'm kind of lazy to layer, even though it looks nice. but I think it's still something that you might even consider, but it's not something that you have to have. Amour, and this is also quite a popular color. It's sort of like, it's kind of hard to explain because I really want it to be peachy, but it's not. It's sort of like a pink, it's a lighter version of Dolce Vita. So this is Dolce Vita here. I think it's probably quite similar. It's just a lighter version of Dolce Vita. You go probably 2 shades lighter than Dolce Vita. They're quite similar. This one's a little bit more, I guess you can say it's a little bit more pink than this one. I'm not really sure. You guys decide. One is Dolce Vita and this one is in Amour. So I don't really use this. I think it doesn't look very nice on me. I don't know why. Specifically, I think it's the color. It's quite matte, and I think the matte blushes from NARS are quite pigmented. They're really quite pigmented, which means that it's quite difficult for me to use because when I apply my makeup, I kind of like doing it fast, like dun dun dun, and I'm done. I don't really like thinking about it. Like I have to think about how much blush I have to put on. I have to think about how much bronzer I have to put on. So with the NARS Dolce Vita Amour, I kind of have to do that, and I don't really like it. So I don't know. It's not something I would probably reach for every day, but it is an okay color. So this is my ultimate favorite NARS blush. It is the NARS Deep Throat. I absolutely love it. It is a beautiful pink color with silver shimmer underneath, and I think it's just so beautiful. I can't really sort of let you guys see that, but if you were to get any NARS blush, I would totally recommend the Deep Throat because this is like the perfect pink color on your cheeks, especially for my skin. I'm an NC30, and this is like a beautiful pink color on my cheeks. It just makes everything work, and it sort of boosts your complexion and does all that sort of stuff, and I love it. You can't go wrong with this. Like, you know, when it's like a no-brainer, I love no-brainer makeup products. I should do a video on that, but I love no-brainer products where I kind of just like put on my makeup and then, oh, which blush should I wear today? I'm kind of in a rush, like late for class, then I'll just grab that and put it on, and it just looks amazing, so I love it. Definitely get this if you want to get NARS blushes. It's beautiful pink color, has that like silver shimmer underneath, and I'm sure you've seen me talking about it all the time. And the next one is Orgasm, and this is actually the very first NARS blush that I ever bought, and it's still quite a lot of product in there. It's probably like 1.5 years old, but as you can see, I hit pan on it. Used it quite a bit, and it is a really nice, if you're unfamiliar with it, which is kind of rare because everyone knows what NARS Orgasm looks like, but it has like a really nice golden shimmer reflex on it, but it has like the peachy pink sort of blush. So it's pretty much the perfect blush you would go out with. Sometimes I do think that it's a little bit too shimmery for me, and I'm kind of like in Singapore and it's very humid and I sweat a lot, so I kind of tend to stay away from too frosty looking blushes. But when I'm back in Melbourne, it's pretty dry here, the climate, so putting this is really nice for your complexion. It really brightens things up, and it's something that I love to use, and obviously you can see that because I've hit pan. And the last one I have to talk about is Passion, and this is a matte peachy, matte warm peach color, and you can see that it's kind of boring in the pan. I mean in the camera it kind of looks kind of faded out, but here it's sort of like, yeah, a peachy, it's a peach matte shade. I'm not gonna like extend my thoughts on that, but it's really pretty. This is one of my favorite sort of NARS blushes. When you apply it, it's a perfect peach shade, and it's matte, so which means you can go a little free with the highlighter on top, but I think it's a really nice shade to wear. It looks a lot more peachier in the pan than it is on camera. But there we go. So those are all my NARS blushes, so hopefully you get an idea of what the NARS blushes look like, and yeah, hopefully it helps you out in your next sort of purchase decision. I would say my favorite is the Deep Throat blush, ultimate favorite ever, and I'm so glad I got that. And yeah, do let me know which swatches that you want in my next blog post, which will be highlighting my NARS collection. I'll do them because I think that's better than I don't want to do all of them because I get really tired and my cheeks get really red and it just doesn't look very nice. So I reckon that you would pick like your favorite like 2 or 3 that you want to see swatches of and tell me in the comment section below. And yeah, I have a housewarming to go to today, and I'm really excited because like one of my best friend's housewarmings, and I better go do that. So I'll see you guys later, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!